o'clock. It's Big Jim's house, 94.7 WCSX, in studio from the Detroit Grand Prix. Well, actually, he's got his own race car and everything. It's Pato O'Ward. How are you, man?
Howdy. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the invite.
Are you kidding me? Love talking to you. You know that. You and I sat in a car at Belle Isle a couple years ago and in the rain and talked about Senna for 20 minutes.
Man, Belle Isle, back in the good old days.
Hey.
I miss that place. I really do.
Do you?
I do.
Well,
yes.
okay, we'll talk about the downtown track because you were crushing it. DetroitGP.com for tickets. And, of course, Pato O'Ward driving the number 5 Aero McLaren Chevrolet. You were going in Friday practice. You were flying.
Yeah, we were having a really strong weekend, and qualifying wasn't amazing, but at least the first third of the race was actually going really, really well, up until we kind of stepped on ourselves in our first pit stop, and then that kind of created an accordion effect to the worse.
Well, that was the funniest thing to me watching the race. And Ryan, you and I were talking about this. Everybody was going, well, there's nowhere to pass on the street course in downtown, nowhere to pass. And then we get down there, and I'm in the booth as one of the track announcers, and we're just watching practice. You guys, within like 6 minutes, were passing at places that nobody thought you could. It's amazing. Once the red eye gets going in IndyCar drivers, you dudes got after it even in practice.
Yeah, you just send it, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. They're like, you can't pass in turn 10. Really? Watch me.
Boom.
You were all over the place. Did you guys have any idea, or you just feel it out when you're ripping around downtown Detroit?
You start kind of feeling it out, see if you can, see if you can't. The problem when you do that is if you make a mistake, you've got a wall waiting for you. And, well, I figured that out.
You
in
did
the
figure
race.
that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is, I obviously you're in the moment racing. I can tell you as a fan and someone, the visuals in downtown are stunning when you guys are sailing down Jefferson.
Oh, and how's the sound?
Oh, dude, it just echoes. I didn't know parking garages were the greatest conduit of sound in the Motor City. It just reverberates up and down the street. It sounds magical when you guys hit those things.
I bet. And it's just street courses in general are awesome. And, as much as I miss Belle Isle, I think the energy in downtown Detroit is been phenomenal. And, the ticket sales are up there.
Yeah.
So that's awesome to hear. And people seem to like to watch the race from a rooftop. And I think we've got 3 of them. So,
it's a cool vibe.
yeah, no,
it really is.
It's
It's
a
a cool vibe
No,
downtown.
it's awesome down there.
Yeah, Pato O'Ward in studio with us, DetroitGP.com. Of course, you're out today. And I love the fact, again, time and time again, the Detroit Grand Prix, it's not just about the race. It's about giving back to the community. I know you're going out to, is it University of Prep Science and Math Middle School in Detroit?
I am, absolutely. We're bringing out the IndyCar, and I'm just there to chat with them. Answer any questions they might have. Hopefully we'll see some roaming around in the race weekend, and just getting everybody pumped for the race.
Love it. I love it. So here's my first question. You had a great run last week, right? Second place?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard to start the year better than that.
Okay. Are we doing the cliche thing where
No,
you go, you were going to do the cliche. We got some good points for the team. I had a solid run. I'm very excited about the beginning of the
We're
year.
laying the foundation to what we hope is an amazing year, and when you start off and you have a DNF or you have a crappy weekend, like that really just doesn't set the tone for what's coming. So, yeah, we wanted a podium. Obviously, we wanted to win.
That's what I wanted to hear.
We didn't quite have for the Penske's that weekend. So I'm glad I kind of slotted myself in between all of them in the second best position.
But second place, obviously it's great. And I heard all the sound and stuff, but nobody wants to take second place. I would think as hyper competitive as you are in everything, Pato, that second place just is the first suck.
Yeah, you can see it that way, or you can see it to many more wins will come if you keep putting yourself in that position. So I think it's a matter of time when they start landing. I'm not worried about it. I think we'll be just fine. And in a weekend like that where there truly was ultimately 3 cars that were just insanely strong. Speaking of the Penske's,
yeah,
we slaughtered ourselves. Right behind the best one, and I think that's a very well maximized weekend, and that's what you can hope for every time you go to any race weekend.
what you're going to see here. And in downtown Detroit, the racing was fantastic. I know obviously last year wasn't the way you wanted it to go, but it was, as a fan again watching it.
I'm excited to come back. I'm excited to come back and make it a good one because, well, yeah, no one wants to keep on having bad ones here.
No. So one of the things about IndyCar that I'm a big believer in, I don't know another series right now that front to back is so close as far as competition with the drivers.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist, and you're not going to see it anywhere else.
Yeah.
It is the most competitive racing series in the world. You'll see, I mean, I say there's going to be probably 6 or 7 guys fighting for the championship this year.
It's crazy.
I mean, the 3 Penske's are going to be there. You can't count out the 9 and the 10 car from Ganassi, and hopefully 1 or 2 our McLarens. I think that'll be.
Oh, I think you're there.
That'll be awesome. You can't count out the Andretti's. They've got, at least 2 very, very strong drivers.
So that 99%. My point is, like, there's the whole field. You can all drive the hell out of a car. There's that 99% that only 1% of us could ever even aspire to. But okay, so you guys are at a 99. There's something that 1% that puts you over the top some races and puts Joseph over the top. What is that? What is that thing that separates you from the other drivers? Because I've seen you go off and just destroy a field.
Teamwork. You can't do that without your team. You can't do that without, the guys in the pits, the guys that are telling you what's going on, your engineers. Yes, we are the ones in the car, but you need your guys to do their work as good as possible in order for you to have even an opportunity to really extract that extra 1%.
Have you changed as a driver as you you're 24, but you've been doing this for what, 7 years now?
No, this is my 5th year.
5th year. Okay. 5th year. And then have you changed with that mentality?
Have I changed? I think over the years, I definitely feel older. But it's just, little bits and pieces that you kind of start piecing together as you're going through your career, as you're going on through your journey. And there is so much to be proud of, even though, okay, for example, for us last year, we didn't get a win, but we had, we were the first loser 4 times.
There you go.
And I feel like, in a way, you have to find those little wins here and there, even though you might not see that big number one for us. Well, it's been a year,
right?
And it's still coming, and it's just so tough, and we weren't the only ones. I mean, there was a lot of big names that didn't get a win, and
that's what we talk about with IndyCar, Ryan. I mean, that's the thing that we talk about is it's so hyper competitive,
right?
But you ready? I wanted to address something. You did an interview about a month ago, and we were talking about IndyCar and how do we get it, because it's such great racing, how do we get beyond?
Yeah.
Reach out to people. I have an idea for an ad, and I want you to do it.
Okay.
You ready? The whole thing is, and we actually run this in Europe for all the F1 fans. Run it in England and everything else. Hi, we're IndyCar. You may have heard of us, but there are some things that are different from IndyCar and Formula One. Here's IndyCar driver Pato O'Ward to explain. And then you hold up a sign and it says, passing. The word is passing. In IndyCar, we pass each other. We don't need a little zone. And then you just show highlights. We pass in corners. We pass on straights. We pass everywhere. In IndyCar, our parade happens before the race, not during. Right? And then you have Tom Brady at the end of it go, IndyCar, let's go. Come on.
Can we get Tom Brady to do it?
I don't know. Hell, if you can get him to, but I think let's get the gloves off, man. You guys have such a great series. Let's quit being PC with these guys.
Yeah, but
get after them. Come on, you're McLaren. Go burn some bridges in Europe.
I mean, I don't think the right way to do it is on trying to say that our racing is better. I think the way that we should do it is we always stick to our roots. We love the history of our sport, of our series, and we don't have to like people that watch IndyCar. We don't need to tell them that our passing is better and that we're more that our races are more exciting. We don't have to say that. It's like saying, "Hey, I'm a race car driver." People that know.
Right.
And I think what's important for us is that we need to get in front of people. We need to we need to make sure is when we make a decision in order, for example, to do a TV series, which is ultimately what's made Formula One massive, that it hasn't been the racing aspect, because quite frankly, if it was a racing aspect, we would be 10 times that size of Formula One, but
Sure.
we're not. And the most important thing is that what can we offer to the fan that Formula One can't? Well, the experience is very different in one to the other. Obviously, the pricing is very different. So there is a lot of different things from each series, but we need to tap into what people want to see from us, and we got to get it in front of people. We have to.
You're getting there.
We have to get it in front of people,
Yeah.
and a big part of that is when we do something, we just have to make sure that it's got a bunch of eyeballs on it.
So the other idea that I had, I got your Andretti right here. We can't use that ad campaign for F1. Okay, never mind. That was an inside joke for them. No, I'm not trying to get you in trouble, but no. DetroitGP.com, Pato O'Ward, you do an amazing job, an absolutely amazing job on the track, and what you do as an ambassador for the sport and working with McLaren. Congrats on the new deal.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you.
If you to come here today and spend some time with the students, and we will see you down at the track. Yeah, God, that's coming up quick, man. End of May. This is right around the corner.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're in it. We're in it already, so it's coming quick.
Okay. Any other? Now that you've got all your interview stuff down? Any other cliche stuff we should hit on? Like, we're just excited to be here and the opportunity to race in the Motor City.
Well, a win would be fantastic.
There you go. See, I like that.
Yeah,
That's my man. Pato O'Ward, appreciate the time as always. You're a great driver, man, a great ambassador again for the Detroit Grand Prix and IndyCar. We'll see you soon.
You guys, thank you.
Thank you, buddy.